Hello. It's definitely been a while since I've filmed. I was on vacation recently, and then life's just been kind of busy. So, I'm going to do another quick little, it's kind of a half and half. There's a small book haul and then a small unhaul that I'll show you today. But before we get to that, I wanted to do a quick, maybe just like a quick update. First off, I updated my Kindle with some like Redbubble stickers. So it has this window and then some leaves around it. I don't know, I was just getting kind of like sick of it looking so plain. I just realized I forgot to turn on the lights, so hopefully the lighting is better now. But yeah, I added some stickers. Not a bunch, but yeah. And then, so I wanted to talk quickly about a show I've been watching. So I've been watching Interview with a Vampire on AMC. I am absolutely obsessed. The finale is tomorrow, and I'm kind of losing my mind. It's possibly the greatest TV show I've ever watched. I've read the book Interview with a Vampire. I have not read the sequel Vampire Lestat, or I've read part of Queen of the Damned. If you watch the show and you like it, you will understand the brain rot that it is currently giving me, because it's bad. So because of that, I haven't really been reading a ton. I've just been so obsessed with keeping up with that show. And after the finale tomorrow, I honestly don't know what I'm going to do with myself, but maybe I'll read more. So hopefully a positive outcome will come out of that. But yeah, Interview with a Vampire on AMC. It's so good. It's the acting, the writing, the directing. It's just, there's nothing like it. I've never seen a show like it. And I'm so glad it got renewed for a third season, because I need it. I need it so bad. It's one of those things where like, I'm like, the world can't end before I see the next season. I'm not sure if any of you guys think like that, but sometimes I'm like, if anything bad were to happen to me, can it just wait till after this one thing? You know, just give me this one thing. Sorry if that's a weird thought to have, just how my brain works. But yeah, so that's been my most like consuming thing recently since I last filmed. So I've just been watching Interview with a Vampire. But now I thought I would update you quickly on what I'm reading, because I am reading something. I DNF'd a couple books in between that I didn't really feel like mentioning, just because I didn't have anything really to say about them. It was no fault of the books. It was just, I was bored. So what I'm currently reading, I can show you, is, well, it's asking for my passcode, so 1 second. There we go. What I'm currently reading is We Could Be So Good by Cat Sebastian. This is a queer romance. I really just started it, but it's set in the 50s at like a newspaper. And it's very, very readable. Like, it's kind of what I need right now, of like just getting me out of a reading slump. Like, you're just instantly sucked in, and like you enjoy the characters and you're curious to know where it'll go. and yeah, very enjoyable. I borrowed it from the library, so this is like, I'm sure you've heard of the app Libby, Libby. At least in the US, you can borrow ebooks from your library with that app and then send them to your Kindle. So that's what I did. I'm trying to do that more because for the next time I move, and also just like trim down my collection. Like, I'm trying to get more books that like I don't need or like love so much that I want in physical form in a digital format, because moving hundreds of hardcovers is going to be hard. So yeah, trying to like switch, maybe move over to more like library books and also just more digital editions for books that I'm not collecting. I'm trying to like separate my collecting books hobby with, you know, like getting special edition hardcovers and stuff, aside from just like books that I want to read that I don't need to own. I'm not sure if that made sense, but hopefully you know what I mean. Yeah, so this is the book I'm currently reading. I'm not reading anything else, it's just this one book. But yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. So that was just like a quick little update. Now I'll go to the Unhaul portion of this video. So the first book that I'm getting rid of is, sadly I will say, I've not read any of these books that I'm getting rid of. I did just unhaul some books that I have read. I forgot to like show them, so I apologize for that, but in the future I'll try to remember to like do an unhaul video before I get rid of them, because I definitely forgot to. But I went through my shelves again today just to find some extras, and I'll just get into it because I'm just gonna ramble otherwise. The first book I'm getting rid of is The Night and Its Moon by Piper CJ. I think this is, it's the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. I believe this is like a book that got big on TikTok. I didn't know that actually when I bought it a while ago, and I just saw it at Barnes & Noble and I saw it had sprayed edges, and I love like sun and moon, like eclipse imagery. So I just kind of picked it up on a whim, and I saw it was like a fantasy. But I just have not gotten to it, and like my interest in it has kind of dwindled. I think like there's a second and third book out already, and I think the authors even started like a new series, so like I'm so behind and the interest is not really there, so I think I'm just going to let this one go. It's also quite chunky. I will say, because I watch Unhaul videos sometimes, if you like loved this book and you're like, no, you'll love it, it's worth it, like if you see any that you're like, you need to read that, please let me know. And if you have any like selling points that you think will like re-spark my interest in it, feel free to like try to sell it to me back down below. But yeah, for now I'm just gonna stick this in the Unhaul pile, sadly. Okay, and then the last three books are actually a series. They're a series I've held on to for a very long time. I've heard good things and bad things about them, and I used to have more editions of them, and I just like trimmed down until I had these last editions, and now I think I'm just gonna call it quits. But it is the Serpent and Dove trilogy. These are like dust jackets that I got from, it's either Fairy Loot or Fox and Wit, I can't remember, because I used to have multiple editions of these books, and I can't remember which are which because I've definitely like moved some around, so I just know I have like a copy of each. So yeah, this is Serpent and Dove, it's signed. So I didn't know anything about that other book, but I do know a bit about this series. It's about a witch and a witch hunter who fall in love. It was pitched as like an enemies to lovers, because obviously she's a witch, he's a hunter. And so like the premise did interest me in terms of that, but I'm not really a big like witchy book fan. Like, it's not a big selling point for me, and I've heard mixed reviews on this series. I think a lot of people enjoyed the first book, didn't like the second book. I haven't heard much about the last book at all. I know it's a young adult series. I do still like young adult fantasy, but I'm just kind of more picky with it, and I don't think this witchy vibe romance book will do it for me. It's not to say that I won't ever read it. I could maybe like want to borrow it from the library in the future, but I just don't think I need these editions of them on my shelves. So yeah, so this is the first book. This is the second book. I love the art on these dust jackets, like it's really pretty. I just do not need it. You can tell that that book has never been opened before. So yeah, that's the second book. It also came with like, so yeah, this is the Fox and Wit, I think, edition, because it came with like a letter from the author. And I think this is like a bonus chapter. Yeah, a bonus chapter for Fairy Loot. So I think I definitely did some mix and matching with like covers and editions. So yeah, there's a bonus chapter and a letter from the author. Like it does come with like a lot of stuff, so I'm hoping when I get rid of it, I usually trade them or sell them to my local bookstore. I'm hoping someone will find them who likes them a lot and is more like a witchy book person. This one I'm the most sad to get rid of. They didn't do follow-up covers for this cover, but like this is my favorite cover of the book. Like, this is what kind of sold me to it. You know what, maybe it's not a trilogy, maybe it's a duology and I just have 2 copies of the first book. That makes more sense, because honestly I've never heard anything about the third book, and maybe this is why. Maybe it's just a duology. So yeah, in retrospect, I guess I have 2 copies of the first book and just 1 copy of Blood and Honey. No, I think there is a third book. I think it's called Gods and Monsters. Maybe I just don't own it. I'm looking at my bookshelf right now. I don't know. I'm not sure. But I do have this copy of the first book, and I love this cover. It's so pretty. I just love like the kind of medieval-esque vibe it gives. And again, I have like a bonus chapter from Fairy Loot that hopefully someone will find this and enjoy it. It's just stayed on my shelf for too long a time. So those are all the books that I'm unhauling. It's not that many, because again, I just did like a giant unhaul. So we're starting from scratch, but next time when I do a big unhaul, I'll try to show them before I just sell them. So but I did go to a bookstore today. What a shock. I went to a Half Price Books, and I found 2 hardcovers of a series that I've been kind of interested in. Reagan, it's another recommendation from Reagan from Prose Project. I think she liked this book. So I'll show you. I found them at Half Price Books and they were in really good condition. So the first one is Daughter of Redwinter by Ed McDonald. It's an adult fantasy series. I think the third one just came out. I haven't gotten it yet, but if I like these first 2, hopefully I'll get that one. I prefer to read things in hardcover. I know everyone has their different preferences. I don't dislike paperback, but for like collecting purposes, I prefer hardcover, especially for fantasy. A lot of my contemporary books are actually paperbacks, so yeah, it's really more genre specific. With fantasies, I prefer hardcover, and with contemporary, I don't really care either way. So yeah, this is the first book. I hadn't been able to find it in hardcover. It might still be available online, but it was just like I never thought about it when I was shopping online. And so when I saw this at Half Price Books in hardcover form with like very decent condition, I was like, you know what, I'll buy it. It was only like $12 or $13, and for a hardcover in this condition, that's actually pretty good nowadays. So yeah, this is the first book, Daughter of Redwinter. I will say I don't really know what this series is about. I've heard Reagan talk about it before, but I can't really remember. It's blurbed by Brian Staveley, Anthony Ryan, Mark Lawrence, who says it's dark, twisty, and excellent. I can quickly, I prefer to go in not knowing a lot, but I'll read. Oh my gosh, I just saw the price. This book was originally $27.99. So I got it for $13. So that's like half. It's about a girl who's had this like gift, and she's been kind of on the run all her life. Her name is Rain. Interesting, Raine. She saves this woman, which like causes a spiral of events. She soon finds out that her secret ability could be the key to saving an entire nation, though she might have to die to make it happen. Yeah, so that sounds interesting. I love the art on the cover. This just sounds very up my alley. So yeah, this is the first book. It's also not that long, which we appreciate sometimes, you know. So yeah, the first book is called Daughter in Redwinter. And this next book is actually blurbed by Robin Hobb, who said, a complex backdrop of culture, magic, and characters. Go buy it. So I'm just doing what the queen is telling me to do. And this one is called Traitor of Redwinter. Just has more reviews on the back. I'm obviously not going to read the inside of this one just because I don't want to spoil it for you or myself. But again, this is also a book that's in really good condition. I'm always pretty surprised when I see like a hardcover in good condition, because I feel like, especially like older fantasy books, kind of age quickly. But yeah, these are like new, so. So these are the 2 books that I got. Let me see if I can find a better way to show them off. Yeah, these are the 2 books that I got. I do hope to pick up the third, because I know it just came out soon. And hopefully sell these back for some money. you don't usually make a ton of cash back, but like in my brain it's better than nothing, and like hopefully someone else will find them that will like them more, so it's kind of like a win-win situation. But yeah, now that I am back from vacation, I should be able to film more. I do want to do more like collection-based videos, so I might do one of those sometime soon. Thank you for watching. Again, if you saw books in here, not this one, this is just here. If you saw books in here that you think are worth keeping, please let me know. I'd love to hear your pitch. But otherwise, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.